Guys, this signal just flashed up for the first time in a very, very long time, and it's usually extremely accurate for predicting bottoms and predicting more and more upside. So this is something for the bulls. If you're bullish on this market right now, you're going to absolutely love this video. So I think it's important for us to not get too bearish, not to get too bullish, and kind of look at the data and look at the signals. And this, you see this bright green bar here on the weekly time frame. The legend down here, this is the SMC bot, okay? So this is our own custom bot. And you see where it says uptrend, bright green. We have this green signal flash on the weekly time frame. And this signal doesn't appear very often. Now, if we scroll back, we'll actually see that we don't see this bright green bar. Okay, so great strong buy signal here, by the way, for the start of the last bull run. We don't see this strong green bar. If we keep going, we still don't see it. We still don't see it. We still don't see it. We see these yellows, which kind of sometimes says the market might be reversed. And again, really good signals because the market starts to go into a cool down shortly after that. We don't see it until here, guys. And how similar does this look from where we are right now, right? Look at the yellows as well. We had the yellows just before this market crash. How crazy is that? We haven't seen it since 2020, since the COVID crash. Now, what's quite similar about this is how fast we came down and then how we V-shaped recovered very, very fast too, and then just went into one of the biggest bull runs that we've seen, right? We went into this huge bull run week after week after week of upside. And it's very similar how we crashed, how we came down so fast. We've even V-shaped recovered a lot faster than we did last time, right? Look at this V-shaped recovery. It's absolutely insane. And I'll hold my hands up. We done some amazing calls, right? We bought the bear market. We actually sold and took profits up here. We went short. We shorted this down. We bought the bottom here. We bought the bottom. I didn't put enough in. I put around 10% in. And I'll hold my hands up and say I didn't think we were going to go to new all-time highs even this year, right? I thought we were going to get rejected at this resistance here, which is massive resistance. You've got the 200 week, you've got the 50 week, you've got the SMC weekly, and apparently we just went for and blasted every single resistance. Even a war broke out during this time, which is crazy, and we still just kept moving to the upside. So I didn't see this coming. Where are we going from now? Now, this green bar does scare me, guys. I do think the market is due for a cool down. Look at the RSI, it's completely overbought. We've gone up, 25, 27% in a few weeks. It's absolutely bonkers. But I can't deny the similarities between the COVID crash and this crash, and we have this same weekly indicator. It's very rare. It might even be, I might have never seen a case where we have this weekly green indicator and we come down like this, right? Because if we go back and look when this indicator has popped off on different assets, look at Nvidia. It came up on Nvidia around $3. Around $3, we had another signal pop off at $3.23 on Nvidia. I wish I had made this bot back then, guys, because, as you know, Nvidia's price today is $157. So imagine buying it $3 or $4. And we didn't get that green signal again, right? The rest is history. It pretty much called the bottom. And, even in this pullback here, we didn't get another green. And, it just kept skyrocketing to the upside, And, $3 to $150, the rest is history, right? MicroStrategy, it popped up on MicroStrategy. Look at this, bear market, sell signal from the SMC bot into bear market, and the green popped up on MicroStrategy around $19, and the bottom was $12, $13. So literally, a few percent off of actually getting the bottom of MicroStrategy at $18, $19, and then we didn't see the green signal again, right? We didn't see that bright green signal flash again. The SMC bot is always going to give a buy signal coming out of a bear market too, so we're still going to get this buy signal, but this green often calls it first, way before you get the buy signal. So this called it around $20, and then the SMC called the buy signal at $27. So this is the buy signal coming out of a bear market. So when you're in a bear market and you get this first weekly buy signal, more often than not, it's the start of the new bull run. And then this acts as support. So you see this green line in the background. It acts as support on the way up. And then that's where you sort of take your long positions. If you miss this buy signal, you take a long position when you come back to support, And that's how I kind of trade these markets. Again, BTC, if we look when it flashed on BTC, it flashed a little bit early on BTC. It flashed at 21,000. Well, you could say 20,000 up to 23,000 because it was ranging. And the bottom was 16,000. So again, not far off of calling the bottom. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be too upset today if you took that green indicator buy at 20,000 because the price is now 110,000, right? And we didn't see that green signal. Again, the rest is history. The buy signal did indicate that we were going into a bull run, okay? So we had our sell signal, and then we came into a buy signal here, indicating that, hey, something's changing. Everyone's bearish. We might be going into a bull run, and this is roughly where we got into the market this cycle. And then the rest is history again. Come back to the SMC weekly. Look at this. Bounced off support, came back to support again. This is where we started to take longs and buy some assets again. And yeah, just kept skyrocketing. Look at this again. Came back to support. This is where we took some more longs down here. And now we're just up, right? And looking like we're going to break out. We're trying to break out into this like ball flag pattern here. So it looks like BTC is trying to get higher. When we get to this stage in the market, I am just kind of trading. I'm not going to be a buyer of BTC at 110,000 when it was literally 16,000. I am waiting for strength, and I am waiting for a bear market. And historically, it happens around September, October this year. So we're getting closer and closer. And the chart also gives us our normal cycle, right? This is kind of what it looks like when you go into a bull run. Up, and then eventually down, right? That's kind of what we're waiting to see going into next year. So yeah, I mean, I could do this forever, right? Look at the Solana. Green on the weekly at $36, and then the final green popped off at $11, $12. So again, if you bought Solana at $36, I don't think you're going to be too upset because it went to $300, so almost a 10x from that call in a very short amount of time, right? It was, I don't know if you can actually see that. Let me scroll down. You should be able to see that now. Yeah, so it was 2022, so just over a couple of years, it was a 10x, right? 1,000%. Then we popped off again around $12.44, and we didn't see it, right? We did get the weekly buy signal just to say, look, you're snapping out of a bear market, you're going into a bull run, you might want to snap out of your bearishness. And as usual, this is what happens with altcoins in a bear market. Sideways, right? Sideways. The end of a bull run doesn't usually end like this, right? It doesn't end with, are we going up? Are we going into a new bull run? It normally ends with sideways. And then these signals are absolutely diamond for accumulation, right? When I see this green bar pop up in the next bear market, and I get this buy signal, it's going to be so much confluence for me to take a very, very big DCA on this signal, and then another very, very big DCA on this signal, and then I'll just sit back and start to dollar cost average out, just as we have done this cycle. Just slowly take profits into the euphoria. We took profits. Our first take profit was here, 190, and then our second take profit was here around 250. Look at the yellows again as well, guys. Really good yellow signals here to say that you are a little bit overbought. You might be coming down for a cool down, right? And we came straight back down to support. This is where we get bullish and take longs again. And then again, yellow. A little bit of a difference here because we did have the yellow and we did sell off, but it was very spiky and scammy. And then we had our first sell signal this cycle as well on Solana, and we've been rejecting from that ever since. So, you know, the trend is your friend until the end. Palantir. Green signal flashed early on Palantir. So the green signal actually flashed around $12.25, and Palantir ended up coming down to $6. Okay, so if I did take that, I mean, great sell signal as well from the SMC, but if I did take that signal, which I would have done because it's been so consistent, I would have bought at $12 and I would have been down 50% on that buy, and I probably would have DCA'd in more because we had this green signal flash off that we're getting close to a bottom. And then the buy signals would have been my second DCA, right? This buy signal here basically confirmed, hey, mate, you've been going sideways for week after month, well, month after month after month. You've now got a buy signal. Something's changing. We went into a bull run, and then what happens? We come back to our support, our weekly support. If you miss this buy entry, that is where I would DCA back in or take some more long positions. So I could do this forever, guys. Green on Meta, great sell signals here. Green, probably too early again on green. We had 4 green signals on Meta, so I don't know if someone was trying to bring the price down. It's very unusual to see so many signals, but again, I would probably have started to DCA on these signals. And it was $200, and then the final signal was $103. And again, we didn't get any more signals. We had our buy signal from the SMC bot again, so the green flashed at 103 and the buy signal flashed at 164. So if you really want to wait for this one is safer because it's very rare for the market to just run away from you without getting one of these buy signals, right? If Meta is in a downtrend and it's going to go into a bull run at some point or another, it doesn't matter how low it goes, you're going to get a buy signal as soon as it starts to flip, right? And, you know, this is potentially the safer signal to wait for, but I am going to DCA into these because it's been so consistent. And again, I'm not going to be too annoyed if I'm buying Meta at 161, and where did it go up to? It's currently sitting at 717, right? And a low risk company, Facebook, one of the main social media platforms, probably not going anywhere, probably too big to fail. You know, very smart company. Very low risk, right? Very low risk to be buying when it's 70% down. So not only we have the signals, we have a common sense, right? It's 70% down. It's one of the biggest companies in the world. And, you know, this is potentially an opportunity of a lifetime. And we had these signals to help us snap out of the bearishness, right? Because when the market's crashing and it's going down, it's very hard to buy, right? It was very hard to buy down here. There was tariffs. Institutions were even shorting at all-time highs. There was like tariffs going off left, right, and center. We didn't know how long the tariffs were going to go on for, and the market had reached extreme fear. That's one of the best signals, of course, that it reached extreme fear. By the way, market is starting to get back into very greedy zones. And it is hard, right? When everything's red, when everything's crashing, it is hard. And I actually took profits too early. I definitely took profits too early. I did not see us V-shaping recovery, but hey, I'm not going to complain about taking profits too early. I did also take some shorts, guys. I did start shorting because we were at resistance, and I did take shorts. I did take longs and shorts throughout this period, but I did hit some stop losses on some shorts. But hey, it's all a part of the game, right? You can't win every trade. Netflix, green signal, appeared too early on Netflix twice, so 400, 357, and then the final signal was 203, and then we had the bull run buy signal, great sell signal as well, and a yellow. Look at the yellow on the weekly, just to sort of indicate that you might be going into a downtrend. I really love this indicator, man, and I think it's going to really help us in stocks and crypto. It works on stocks and crypto this cycle. Green, and then the final green around 202. So I'll probably use these as DCA levels. Maybe I'll do like, I don't know, 1%, 2%, and then the final percent when I get the bull run buy signal. And then again, we didn't see it. Rest is history. So the final green was $200, and then the price is now today $1,287. So absolutely amazing. We are starting to get these yellows pop off as well, guys. And the RSI is completely overbought, and the volume is dropping, and the buy pressure is dropping. So we do have quite a few different signals here that the market is getting a little bit overheated. But again, we can't deny this green weekly candle that we've had on the S&P, and if history repeats, then if it is going to repeat like the COVID crash, obviously very different circumstances and different times, but if it is going to repeat like the COVID crash, let's say just for the bulls, right? I don't think this is going to happen like exactly like this. I think we are going to see a correction, but let's say for the bulls, we do see a repeat of this weekly candle. It actually rallied from that weekly candle 117%, and it was up only, right? For year after year, it was pretty much up only. So let's do 120% off of this weekly candle. So 120%, it won't even come on the charts. I need to make it smaller, which is crazy. 120% move from that bottom. 50. It's not even going to fit on the charts, right? I mean, look, that's 85%. So, you know, we would see something like this. We'd see something like this technically if it repeated what happened last time. Now, I mean, it's something to take into consideration. We do also have a buy signal again on the weekly, which I definitely should have took. The buy signal flashed way back down here, and I should have snapped out and flipped into this. Again, this is why the bot's great. It's great for it's just saying, hey, things have changed. Something's changed here. We're starting to push higher. We've got a buy signal. Great sell signal is here as well. So where is the market going to go from here? I don't know, guys. I just do know that we historically, when you move up this fast, we're up like nearly 30% in a short amount of time. some people are just happy trying to make 30%, right? And stocks are at all-time highs. Nvidia is up 1,500% in just a couple of years since we got this buy signal down here. I mean, usually things don't just go up forever, right? They don't go up only forever. The RSI is completely overbought. The volume has also been dropping. Look at the volume here, just consistently dropping whilst the price has been going up. And the RSI is completely. If I am going to DJ in and I am going to flip positions, it's always going to be when we're oversold. It's not going to be when we're overbought, right? And I know when we see green candles, we want to buy, and then when we see red, we think it's going to go lower, and it's very difficult to sit through times like this right now. When the market's pushing to the upside. But you have to remember, we've been in the space. Some of you have been in the space. If you've been with us, we've been buying down here and we've been taking profits, right? We've waited for a position of strength. We've bought and now we're waiting again for a position of strength. When we come down to this weekly, the trend is your friend until proven otherwise, right? Every time we've come down to this level, we've ended up printed, right? We bought here, we longed here, we took some profits here, we bought here, we longed here, we took some profits here, we bought here, we longed here, and then we took some profits again, right? So the trend is your friend until the end. I am really just trading towards the end of the market. When I buy in a bear market, I'm happy to hold, right? Well, I bought render at like 50 cents or 55 cents, and I was happy to hold it. I even bought more at like $1.60. And we're in a bear market going into a bull run, right? So I'm happy to hold. When you're at the end of the bull run, I don't really want to be building portfolios and buying too many things, because eventually this trend line tends to break and you get a rollover, and then you will often come into these long drawn out bear markets, these long drawn out corrections that take some time to play out, and everyone gets bearish again, and everyone's like, everyone will be saying we're going to 30k, we're going to 40k. I'm just going to use the tools and data. Like, look at this is just one of the tools, guys. I'm looking at 12 different indicators. Some of them cost thousands of dollars, right? I've got some really expensive tools. This is just my basic a bot that I built and use, and it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal for calling bottoms. It's phenomenal for calling bear markets. We've got these green indicators now, which I added a few months ago, and phenomenal, right? The yellows, hit and miss. They are good little indicators to say, like, you're getting a little bit overbought, but these green bottoms are absolutely phenomenal, and I can't wait to see when they pop off going into the next bear market, because they've absolutely nailed it this cycle, and we can use it with Confluence for this as well. I'm also tracking the smart money on chain. I'm looking at Glassnode. I'm looking at so much different. I'm looking at Nansen. If you want to use Nansen, by the way, there's a code below to use that. If you want to follow me, guys, you can follow me on X. I don't think I've got it up in this video, but go to one of my previous videos, and at the end I'll show you my X account where you can follow us on X. You can get this indicator inside your own trading view. It works inside a free trading view, so it will be you don't need a paid trading view for this to work, and it will give you buy and sell signals, and you can see all these greens and yellows pop up in your own trading views on stocks, cryptos, currencies, whatever you're looking at. It works amazing on even like the DXY, even the US dollar. It does pretty good signals. Let's have a look here. So we can see here, sell. Look at the green popped up here. Sell, crash, green, rally, sell, crash, green. Small rally from that green, not crazy. So you will have to use trading stop losses. The dollar as well has just been collapsing, right? So sometimes macro conditions are going to send TA out of the window. But yeah, if you want to get that, it's on one of my previous videos. At the end, you'll see my X account. Jump in there, and you can see the Patreon to get involved with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up to date with these videos. If you can't afford the Patreon, it's not cheap, guys. Don't worry about it. I'm going to talk about some of this stuff on the YouTube, so just make sure you like and subscribe, because when I start to build my portfolio again in the bear market, I am going to tell you guys when these greens are popping off. It might be a little bit later, because obviously whilst we're building our portfolio, we don't want everyone FOMOing in, buying everything that we're buying. We dollar cost average in, right? We don't just go heavy and buy all at the same time. And I ideally don't want everyone to front run me on the stuff I'm buying. So it will be a little bit later, after we've got and built our portfolio, that I start to talk about it, of course. But I am going to talk about these green indicators, etc. Let me know what's your thoughts on the S&P. Do you think we're about to repeat history and we're about to do what the COVID crash, a repeat of the COVID crash, or do you think we are coming back down? So if you want to join the Discord, guys, you want to get involved with us, head over to my X account. Here you can see my X, and you can see the link to join the Discord here. Once you get in, you'll see loads of different channels. I'll just run through them quickly. So you've got the announcements here. I have loads of market updates, what the market's doing, what I expect with the upcoming week or so. We also look at narratives, trends, sectors that I'm interested in getting into. Mini announcements. We have some cool data here. We're always checking the liquidation maps. We're checking what some of the leverage traders are doing. So here we're tracking Wintermute to see whether they are long or short on certain assets. We are also checking smart money stable coins, so we can see what the smart money are doing. Are they buying into the market? Are they selling? Loads of cool stuff. You can see my portfolio, buy alerts, sell alerts, token reports, what stocks I'm buying, whether I'm holding them long term or trading them. My leverage trades. You can also see a professional leverage trader here that is a paid leverage trader, very good day trader. So I'm more of a swing trader, so I've hired a day trader here, and you can actually see their calls when they give long signals, when they give sell signals. We're also tracking a lot of smart money on chain. So, we've got loads of KOLs here. We're tracking their buys and sells. So every time some of these KOLs buy a meme coin or sell a meme coin, we'll get notified about it in real time. And you can see tons of transactions here. For example, Max Stealth just received Uki, $332 worth, etc. So then I would go into that and then investigate it. What's going on? What is this token? Why are they buying it? But try to find confluence, really. I like to see smart money and KOLs getting in at the same time, especially into certain assets. Like, for example, we can see there's a lot of USDT and a lot of USDC being moved around at the moment. Are they buying? Are they selling? I can go and look into their wallets and see what they're doing. So really, really valuable information. And of course, we're looking into tokens, specific tokens as well, so we can see when the top holders of certain tokens are selling. If you want to join and get involved with us, head over to the X. You also get the SMC bot for free when you join as well. So you get access to the SMC bot, so you can get buy and sell signals in TradingView, in your own TradingViews as well, on crypto stocks, even currencies, whatever you're looking at. As usual, none of the information in this video is financial advice. Do your own research. Investing in crypto, investing in anything is highly risky, and you can lose all your money at any time whatsoever. So make sure you're always doing your own research, guys. I'm not a financial advisor, and that's it. Don't forget, like and subscribe to stay up to date with the latest. Until then, I'll catch you in the next one.